Today's healthy cooking recipe is a tasty chicken Caesar salad that will attack your taste buds.
All right.
So I
love Caesar salad.
I do too, Shirley, but it's one of those things that, depending on how you do it, can be anywhere from, I always use that metaphor of like driving a car. We have our forward foods that are healthy. We have our neutral foods. They're not going to hurt you. Have some of it. We have our reverse foods, okay? Caesar salad is one of those things. It could be all the way forward. It can be all the way a reverse food.
Well, I have heard that, and why actually I kind of avoid them, especially like in restaurants where you have the traditional Caesar dressing, is that I heard there's more calories and fat in Caesar salad than a hamburger.
Well, that's mostly has to do with the oil and the dressing itself. There again, if you have fat that's made from organic olive oil, etc., and there's no chemicals in there to oxidize that fat. That fat you'll do well with that fat.
Good.
So if
Well,
it's from a bottle and it's one of those ones that has a whole bunch of stuff on the label, remember we've talked about when the ingredients are this big, that's what you want to stay away from it. So we'll get to the tastiness of this in just a second. I want to kind of go through the ingredients here. I know they'll be up on the screen here in just a second. Go through the ingredients and say, well, why does this become a healthy meal? First of all, we have chicken Caesar salad. So let's start with the chicken. We have 3 different kind of chickens that we could buy. One is a complete free-range chicken. It's both organic and free-range. This means that chicken was not kept, in a cage, was allowed to roam free, was not given any hormones or antibiotics and so forth. And then we have a brand like Tyson, which is good chicken. They do not give their animals any steroids or hormones or antibiotics, okay? But they don't advertise that it's range-free. Okay. So it's, in my opinion, the second best, but still good chicken. And then you have your commercial chicken, which you just really want to avoid.
Stay away from.
We're talking about drugs. We're talking about a chicken that's never seen the light of day.
That's good to give us that, because if I am not in like a Whole Foods, then I do look for Tyson, and so I can feel pretty comfortable with
Absolutely. That. I would have no issue with that at all. And then when we use the egg, most people know that that's part of what's involved with this here. We want the free-range eggs. You'd be looking for the brown eggs. It says cage-free. Same healthy chicken that was actually produced to meat. Let's go to the fiber portion of this meal here. What I look for are combinations that have spinach in it, cabbage, and the hearts, the dark green leafy stuff. That's the stuff that I have seen this made with predominantly iceberg lettuce, which is pretty worthless food.
Well, iceberg lettuce is worthless, but I don't think there's any salad more tasty than romaine hearts. Now, is that kind of an in-between or a real good one?
No, romaine hearts is great.
It is?
Romaine hearts, spinach, some chard in there sometimes you'll see, or watch me knock this over, or the cabbage itself. That's where you're getting some fiber and you're getting some true roughage from that.
Well, this is called organic spring mix, which is my second favorite. My very, very first favorite, and I've talked to you about this, is the organic, what is it called now? It just went out of my head. Organic herb, no, what is it called? Organic, I can't remember, but it has the little bitter stuff in there, and it's not the spring mix, called organic something, herb mix or something, I can't remember now. But it's my very favorite. It has a big variety, but this spring mix is also very good because you got the color in there, right? You do, you have the color in there, and so here you're talking about, as we're talking in the show about carbohydrates and so forth, these kind of carbohydrates are going to oxidize slower in the body. Okay, we're going to touch on it with Amy. So now we bring in the tomatoes, use organic, fresh tomatoes. Tomatoes contain lycopene. There's also some fiber, some natural fiber, and plenty of other nutrients, including vitamin A in there. And then we go to the dressing itself. Now, you've given us the recipe. Is the recipe for the dressing going to be included on the website?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Yes, it is. And this is homemade. Of course, we try in the Costello household as much as possible. It's what you eat is one thing, how you make it is entirely another. So we try to make everything fresh and not have stuff from a bottle. So this dressing here was made with Romano and Parmesan and egg and olive oil. And I'm going to try not to spill this. So we're going to pour a little bit of this on there. You can garnish with the croutons
too. Yeah. Oh, it looks wonderful. And you shouldn't drown it, right? You should not drown salad with dressing.
No, I think probably for a fact I probably put more on there than I normally would. But again, everything that's in here, if you did a calorie count on this, you'd say yes, this has X amount of fat grams or whatever. But to me, I'll take twice the fat in an organic, especially plant-based fat, than half the fat in a processed animal. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Because that fat is going to behave in your body or not behave.
But again, if you are trying to lose weight, don't just drown it in salad dressing, because it is more calories.
Right. Just, and it's good to mix it up, kind of mix that up and keep that going there. But that's our chicken Caesar salad, Shirley, and it's something that we probably have a good once a week. I'm going to let you go ahead and sample.
Yeah, this is not fair because I have to eat and talk, but
That's why you get the big money.
Yeah, right.
Isn't it the tasty dressing?
It's very good. Better than anything. And not exactly like the Caesar dressing you would find in a restaurant, but
They're always different.
delicious.
I've noticed in all the restaurants that I've eaten, and nobody's is the same, and that's part of the fun of Caesar salad. Well, I'm not into anchovies. One of the things in a finer restaurant you usually have is anchovies, even if they remove them to add the flavor. It makes it a little salty.
I remembered mine was organic herb salad. That's what it's called. And the great thing is you don't have to buy this and wash it and clean it yourself. You can find wonderful organic products.
Big hit at our house. Open and pour.
Well, for cooking directions on how to make, I just spit some food out. Cooking directions on how to make Costello's Chicken Caesar Salad, check out tln.com, click on shows, and then on Balanced Health, or you can call 888-242-9393 for a copy of today's show. And up next, do you know how to buy vitamin C? You'll find out when we get back. I'll have some chicken now. In today's healthy shopping, we're looking at vitamin C, what kind and how much you should take. And how do you find a good one, Joe? That's the question.
Vitamin C is something people just kind of take for granted. They walk in the store and they look at vitamin C, and a lot of people really go by price.
Yes, exactly.
And just grab vitamin C off the shelf. Well, there's a couple issues that they need to know. Vitamin C in and of itself, in its synthetic form, is ascorbic acid. Okay. When I say synthetic form, people say, well, ascorbic acid is not a chemical, so it's not synthetic. Natural vitamin C, if you took the vitamin C and you extracted it from rose hips or something like that, surely a 1,000 milligram tablet would be about this big. Ooh. So in that sense, there's no such thing. They might say vitamin C with rose hips.
Okay.
That means that there's a little sprinkle of it. Okay. So number one, people need to understand that about vitamin C. But I like ester C, and I like vitamin C with bioflavonoids in it. Here's a typical vitamin C that you'll see. It's like $9.95 or something like that. Big tablets, it's straight ascorbic acid. This one here has ester C. Ester C is a particular brand that helps kind of buffer the acidity of ascorbic acid. I mean, the word in itself tells you.
Some people can't take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then bioflavonoids are things that you'll find, like the type of vitamin C that you'll find on the inside of a lemon peel or an orange peel or the skin of an apple.
Oh, okay.
So that also
that
helps.
pulpy thing?
Yeah, and that actually helps assimilate the ascorbic acid in your body. So my favorite is ester C with bioflavonoids, or if not ester C, just ascorbic acid or vitamin C with bioflavonoids, but never by itself. As far as dosing, I'm a big believer, and Dr. Larimore and I don't know if we see eye to eye on this, I'm a big believer in a daily dose of vitamin C, about 1,000 milligrams. I take way more than...
I think Dr. Larimore actually praises vitamin C.
Okay. When I have something coming on, over the Christmas break in 2007, I had something coming on. I was taking about 15,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. But I have to know what I'm doing, so that's a big part of it.
But vitamin C is one of those water-soluble ones that passes out of your system.
It does.
So it's hard to overdose on it, right?
Well, it is. It's hard to overdose as far as toxicity in your body, but it can give you a very loose stool and upset stomach at high amounts. Okay. So if somebody is going to be dosing more than 1,000 milligrams, the thing to remember is don't take more than 1,000 milligrams at a time, because your body's unlikely to absorb it anyway. So if you're going to be dosing 3,000 milligrams a day, take it in 3 equal doses. And as we've done the previous Healthy Habits on our shows for our avid viewers, water-soluble supplements like vitamin C, vitamin B are best taken on an empty stomach, whereas the fat-soluble is best taken with food. So what we want to get at going away with this today here is that we would like to either ester C or at least bioflavonoids, not straight ascorbic acid, no more than 1,000 milligrams at a time, and best taken on an empty stomach.
And how much is in the Total Living drink?
It's 1,000 milligrams as well. Now that's a complex of vitamin C with bioflavonoids, and it also has an antioxidant called quercetin. So
that's great, but at times, like if you're getting sick or something, you might want to take.
You might want to take it in pill form.
Good. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Well, that's helpful.
There's your vitamin C. How to buy it.
The whole vitamin thing, it can be very confusing. So thank you for that good information. And remember to log on to tln.com and click on shows and then on Balanced Health for more information. Also, you can call 1-888-242-9393 for a copy of today's show. And coming up, more with Amy Andrews, and she'll answer some of the questions that you sent into Balanced Health, which you can send in to balancedhealth@tln.com on metabolic typing. It's very fascinating, so don't go away.